Many are upset over the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight, with some people claiming that it was rigged because many people bet a lot of money and they lost a lot of money. Allegedly, there's this script that got leaked showing how the fight was supposed to go down between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul.
Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fight.
Interesting.
Script.
How so? What do you mean by
It's just
script?
weird. It just
Scripted in what way?
no, I don't know. I actually really like Jake Paul. It just seems so. It's odd, bro.
The timing. It's a timing.
I mean,
He
it's
fights
obviously
two-
odd.
No, he fights two no names, beats them both.
Well, X has spoken. The fight was scripted. Everyone is talking about this on X, and the script was actually leaked on X a few days ago. Reason, and one reason only, and that is the money. He's getting paid so much money to do this, so that tells me he's getting bought. So again, it is sad that someone like Mike Tyson.
Many are upset over the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight, with some people claiming that it was rigged because many people bet a lot of money and they lost a lot of money. Allegedly, there's this script that got leaked showing how the fight was supposed to go down between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. Jake Paul and Mike Tyson just got sued for pulling off the biggest scam in recent boxing history. What were you two buddies thinking? Fans waited 6 long months for this so-called legendary fight only to get served a script tarnished mess. Sure, you might have your reasons, but let's be real. What was the point of hyping this event to the heavens if you were going to give us absolutely nothing in return? You didn't just waste time, money, and energy. You played with the emotions of millions of boxing fans. The Jake Paul-Mike Tyson fight. Interesting script. How so? What do you mean by script? Just like script didn't want way? No, I don't know. I actually really like Jake Paul. It just seems so. It's odd, bro. The timing, it's a timing. I mean, it's obviously OD. No, he fights two no names, beats them both. How do you plan to make up for this disaster? Because let me tell you, the damage is done. No one's ever going to believe in a real fight again. And it's not just your reputations that are ruined. You've dragged the entire sport of boxing down with you. Congratulations, you've officially hit a new low. Well, X has spoken. The fight was scripted. Everyone is talking about this on X, and the script was actually leaked on X a few days ago. Fans shelled out millions for this hot mess. Pay-per-view sold out, tickets gone, anticipation through the roof. But what did we get? A fight so fake even WWE fans were like, yeah, we've seen better. Jake strutted out with a $4 million payday. Tyson pocketed the $20 million and the audience was left holding the bag, an empty one by the way. And then just when you thought it couldn't get worse, a leaked script is surfaced. Round by round predictions nailed it. Surprise, surprise. Furious fans are now suing, calling this what it truly was: false advertising at its finest. Reason, and one reason only, and that is the money. He's getting paid so much money to do this, so that tells me he's getting bought. So again, it is sad that someone like Mike Tyson, round one starts and we're all thinking, okay, maybe this won't be a disaster. Tyson comes in with his old school bob and weave, and Paul prances around like he's the second coming of Muhammad Ali. Tyson lands a couple of jabs, Paul throws a quick combo, and wait, is this real? Tyson's timing was so off it felt like he was boxing in slow motion, and Paul, he looked like he was just trying not to trip over his own ego to go down. So round one was supposed to go like this. The opening bell rings and Tyson, showing flashes of his old form, immediately stalks forward with his signature bob and weave style. Paul maintains distance, circling the ring cautiously. Tyson lands a few jabs, but Paul's youth shows in his superior ability. Round two rolls around and Tyson lands a solid left hook. The crowd goes wild for 5 seconds, then reality hits again. Tyson's tank is already on E, and Paul, with all the energy of a kid hopped up on sugar, is bouncing around like it's a schoolyard fight. Prime round 2, Tyson comes alive, cutting off the ring more effectively. He lands a thunderous left hook to Paul's body that draws a collective gasp from the crowd. Paul weathers the storm using his reach advantage. By round 3, Paul's ego was fully inflated. He lands a decent right cross that momentarily stuns Tyson. Tyson tries to fight back, but it's painfully clear his trademark moves have turned into sluggish flails. Meanwhile, Paul is strutting like he's just code the ghost of Muhammad Ali. It's embarrassing for Tyson, for Paul, for boxing 3. Paul gains confidence, starting to plant his feet more. He lands a sharp right cross that momentarily stuns Tyson. The former champion responds with a vintage combination, but Paul slips most of it. The grand finale, a scripted knockout punch in round 5. Did we get it? Of course not. Instead, we got a dragged-out decision win for Jake Paul. The audience, both in the arena and at home, probably felt like they'd wasted not just their money but their precious time. Fans didn't tune in for amateur hour, they tuned in for a battle of legends. What they got was a bad high school drama production with boxing gloves that catches him flush on the chin. Tyson's like buckle, and he drops to the canvas, then he's out for the count. But Tyson, despite his warrior heart, cannot beat the 10-count winner Jake Paul by KO. But wait, let's talk about the real elephant in the room: Mike Tyson's health. Just months before this circus act, Tyson was literally fighting for his life. 8 blood transfusions, half his blood is gone because of complications from an ulcer, and somehow someone thought, yeah, this guy's ready to fight. Texas, you deserve a round of applause for setting the bar so low. It's underground. Their medical clearance process is a joke. Tyson, who had lost a 25 PBS recovering from his near-death experience, was thrown into the ring with a guy half his age, and we're supposed to believe this wasn't a cash grab. I'm glad to see that, because if I hadn't saw that I would be worried that this fight may not. Tyson himself didn't even try to hide it. He straight up said, "I did it for my bills." Think about that. The man who once ruled boxing, reduced to taking part in a scripted circus just to pay his expenses. It's tragic. Tyson walked away with $20 million, sure, but at what cost? His legacy, his dignity. Honestly, it's heartbreaking to watch a legend stoop this low. Reason, and one reason only, and that is the money. He's getting paid so much money to do this, so that tells me he's getting bought. So again, it is sad that someone like Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, oh, where do we even begin? This guy keeps selling himself as the savior of boxing. He's the guy who turned the sport into a clown show, complete with scripts and fake rivalries. Tyson, a man who deserved so much better, became just another pawn in Jake's ego-driven game. Power at all? No, he hit you at one. You gave him the tongue eye only because the crowd got turned up, but it didn't. But let's not give Tyson a free pass here either. This fight wasn't about skill or legacy, it was about cold hard cash. Jake Paul didn't just fight Tyson, he used him. Tyson was the bait. The legendary name Jake needed to pull off yet another payday disguised as a boxing match. It wasn't a competition, it was a money grab dressed up as a historic event. Fans shelled out their hard-earned cash for tickets and pay-per-view, thinking they were about to witness an epic clash. Instead, they got what felt like a YouTube parody of a real fight. The only thing missing was Jake vlogging mid-round about how he's revolutionizing music boxing. It seemed like he was just going through the motions, and now we might know why. After the fight happened, everyone all over the sport started debating whether it was all just a cash grab. But can we really? And then Jake had the audacity to say, "I didn't want to hurt Mike." Oh please, let's not pretend this was some noble act of restraint. Jake Paul isn't a hero sparing the legend, he's a businessman, milking every drop of Tyson's legacy for his own profit. And Tyson, let's be honest, he knew exactly what this was. He literally said he took the fight to pay his bills. I'm just fighting to take care of my bills. Basically, I don't have the stomach for this kind of no more. I'm more conscious with my children and those guys looking at my appearance. I don't have that ferocity. I'm not an animal anymore. Does that mean we won't see you fight again? Yeah, imagine being the heavyweight champion of the world, a boxing icon, and ending up as a supporting actor in Jake Paul's reality show. It's tragic. Now the backlash deserved, and brutal. Boxing legends like Evander Holyfield and Buster Douglas tore this fight apart. Holyfield pointed out that Tyson's balance and movement were a disaster, and Douglas didn't mince words either, calling the fight a cash grab that spit in the face of boxing's integrity. They're right. Tyson, once a force of nature, was reduced to a sluggish shadow of his former self. Jake, meanwhile, strutted around like he'd just redefined the sport. You know, your friend Mike Tyson tweeted that he almost died over the summer. He said, lost. He had a bunch of blood transfusions, just had to fight to get healthy. And then his performance yesterday against Jake Paul. I'm just your thoughts on what we saw. Mike Tyson was right and I was wrong. For fans, the whole thing was an insult. Pay-per-view outages and Netflix streaming failures added insult to injury, making the experience even worse. You pay top dollar for a fight they said would be thrilling, only to end up staring at buffering screens, or worse, a painfully lackluster performance. It's like ordering a luxury meal and being handed stale fast food. And if the fight itself wasn't bad enough, the leaked script made it even worse. And foremost, Mike Tyson. It's such an honor. Let's give it up for Mike, bro. He's a legend. He's the greatest to ever do it. However, in another, fans didn't just feel cheated, they felt played. The match unfolded exactly as the script predicted, fueling suspicions that the whole thing was choreographed. And honestly, how could anyone believe otherwise? This wasn't a fight, it was WWE without the pyrotechnics. Social media, of course, exploded. Memes roasting Jake Paul and Mike Tyson flooded every platform. Fans dubbed the fight boxing's biggest joke and called out both fighters for staging what many saw as a glorified exhibition. And the lawsuits, oh, they came rolling in. Bettors who'd sunk their money into what they thought was a real competition We're livid. Who can blame them? Millions were wagered on this circus and the outcome felt as predictable as a soap opera finale. Everything but my kids to my children. I'm nobody but then, but that nig.